Welcome to Popcorn Time. I'm Paula Lamas, and today we will have a special guest, a movie star from SPD pretty much, Chief Carmen Best.
Oh, Paula, thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much for your time and to share with us a little bit about the movie industry and what do you like and what you don't like and these kind of things. There's another side from Chief.
Yes, it
Carmen
is.
Best. So the first question is, do you remember what was the first time that you watched a movie, or what was it?
I do remember the first time. It is actually one of my very first memories ever. And I was 3 years old. I was in Germany. My dad served in the military, and I was in Germany, and he took me to the movies, and we watched a Bugs Bunny movie, and it was all in German. And I can remember not understanding the words, but watching this movie and holding my dad's hand, and that is one of my earliest memories.
Do you like it?
Of course. It was my first memory bonding with my dad at the movies. Yeah. My early memory. Yeah.
And what was the phrase? I don't know if you have a favorite movie right now besides Bugs Bunny. That you say, you know what, this phrase impacted me because of this.
Geez, there's so many movies that I enjoyed. I really like all of the Godfather series and others. I'm trying to think of a specific phrase that stands out. And I know phrases that are well known, but maybe not inspirational, but well known, like leave the gun, take the cannoli, that kind of thing. Everybody knows that saying, So there's lots of sayings like that. None that I think that I can really pinpoint that are inspirational more than others, but I'm sure there's some out there. Yeah.
Of course, we are almost closing this. Officially, we're closing the African American History Month.
Yes.
And to us, you are like one of the icons that we have now in Seattle, because you are the first African American woman in a powerful position as the chief of SPD, of this department. So, what would you like to see more often on big screen?
Yeah, I think there's been a movement in Hollywood to have more women in leading roles, women taking the lead and having important messages in the movies, similar to like Erin Brockovich and movies like that. It's really important that we have those. And I recently watched something on Netflix that had Sandra Bullock as the lead. It was called Bird Box. It was really kind of a creepy movie, but very, very good. And it was great to see a woman with the lead, taking full lead in a very serious role, a very good suspense movie, and also the relationship. There was an interracial relationship. So all sorts of things in that movie I thought were really good, and I love to see more of that because it inspires young people and it inspires people of color.
So what kind of movie do you like? Now that I'm seeing like Erin Brockovich and now Bird Box.
Yeah, there's so many. I love movies that have a good theme and good story behind them, that have some meaning. Green Book, for example, would be a good movie. Black Panther, even though it's based on Marvel Comics, the message of unity and empowerment of people of color, all of that is really good. So there's lots of good messaging there. And then, sometimes just to watch a movie because it's fun or funny, is also, something I like to do as well.
So which one would be your recommendation?
So if I had to recommend a movie, certainly Green Book, Black Panther, Erin Brockovich, Philadelphia, Apollo 13. Hidden Figures was a great movie. It was awesome. It was really inspirational, kind of showed these women going through, highly intelligent, going through these issues with segregation and how they overcame that and worked through all of those things, and how they really made an impact on the history here in this country. So I thought it was great. A very fascinating movie.
Do you think that you will be able to give permission to do a movie about your life?
I think people would fall asleep, but yes. But yes, permission granted. I want all the royalties though.
And now you talk about streaming services like Netflix.
Yes.
What would you like to see or watch in those services?
Well, what's really funny about Netflix, there's a wide variety of movies that are there to see, but the fact that you can watch an entire season, that's what I love, because it's very rare that I have time to catch up on things. So I can watch the entire season of something and catch up and binge for a while. So that's what I love about Netflix. But yeah,
you don't sleep.
I do sleep, but, but I get the required amount. But I have a full day. This morning I started at 6:15 and 6:45 that is, and I'll be done at like 8 o'clock tonight. And
Wow.
that's not a unusual day, but I also know that reporters work really hard too, especially ones as successful as yourself. That doesn't come without putting in the work, right?
That's true. But I think that you're live on big screen, that would be a success. That would be a hit, a box office.
Okay, if you say so.
One more thing. Do you watch the Oscars this year?
I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I did get to see various clips, and I've heard the song with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper about 1,000 times now. It's playing everywhere. So I will sit down. I was working, but I will sit down and watch the whole thing start to finish. So.
What about to sing a little bit about Shallow?
What? Me?
Yeah.
Listen, if I start singing, people will leave the room.
Would you prefer to eat some popcorn?
Eating popcorn I can do. Eating I can do.
Thank
Singing
you
is not
so
my forte.
much for your time.
Yeah,
do you want to
thank
share
you.
something else with our audience that are watching movies and streaming services about it?
Yeah, I can tell you it's always good to get away and look at a good movie. It's fun entertainment. I feel like that's just one more aspect that we can get to learn and know about other things. And also I want to thank you. You're an amazing, amazing reporter, and it's been fun. So thank you.
You're so nice. Thank you very much, Chief. Well, this is it. This is Popcorn Time with Chief Carmen Best. Thank you very much, and see you next Thursday.